Welcome, Uche. Take a seat. We are treating this study session with the same level of precision required in a courtroom. Section 1.0 of the official syllabus outlines the 3 requirements for this unit. Define government as an institution, state its characteristics, and explain its functions. The board specifically expects you to define government as an active institution. It is the formal machinery set up to run the state, rather than an abstract philosophy. Aligning our study sessions strictly with these syllabus requirements ensures that we are addressing the exact criteria the examiners use to grade your responses. A frequent point of confusion in political science involves 2 terms that are often treated as synonyms: power and authority. Power is defined as the physical ability to compel obedience. It exists when one force can physically overwhelm another, regardless of what the law says. Authority is the formal, legal right to give commands. Here, power relies on physical force, while authority relies on a legal mandate. Legitimacy occurs when citizens recognize that authority as valid, willingly following rules without constant force. While a thief exerts power through force, a government official possesses authority granted by the state. Keeping these definitions separate is a requirement for the examination. To keep these political concepts organized, it helps to use a concrete model for the abstract definitions. Consider this ship on the open water. In this model, the ship itself represents the state. It is the permanent entity navigating the environment. The government is the captain and the crew. They are the individuals who manage the ship's systems and determine its direction. If you need to review these metaphors at your own pace, use the interactive audio tool on your screen for a one-on-one practice session. Tying these political systems to a physical model makes the differences between the permanent state and the temporary government easier to visualize as we move into the formal definitions. In strict political terms, the state is a community of people occupying a defined territory with a sovereign government. This view of Abuja represents the physical territory of the Nigerian state. Sovereignty means that the authorities within this territory are subject to no higher power outside of it. The state is a permanent concept, but because it is an abstract entity, it cannot carry out the tasks of daily management on its own. This management is the role of the government. It is the formal machinery or the specific institution created to handle the state's administrative affairs. The state is the permanent structure of the nation, while the government is the temporary body of people who operate that structure. To fulfill the 2nd and 3rd syllabus requirements, we must identify the traits common to all legitimate governments. The first characteristic is periodic change. Unlike the permanent state, the personnel within a government must change over time, typically through a constitutional process like an election. Another characteristic is revenue. For a government to operate and provide services, it must have the recognized power to collect taxes from the population. These characteristics allow the government to perform its primary functions, starting with the maintenance of internal peace and the protection of the state's borders. Beyond security, the government provides public goods. These are services that individual citizens cannot easily provide for themselves, such as building roads, constructing new schools, and health infrastructure. Whether a government is democratic or otherwise, it is defined by its ability to maintain these specific characteristics and execute these functions. To perform its duties without centralizing too much power in one place, the government divides its labor into 3 distinct organs. The legislature is the branch responsible for the lawmaking process. As symbolized by the National Assembly and the Mace, their function is to debate and draft the rules of the state. The executive is the branch charged with the implementation of those laws. They manage the departments that carry out the government's daily functions. The judiciary is the 3rd organ. Its specific role is to interpret the laws and apply them to resolve legal disputes between citizens or between the citizen and the state. This tripartite structure is designed as a system of checks, ensuring that the power to make, enforce, and interpret the law is never held by the same group of people. Let's apply this past exam question. The primary function of the judiciary is to A. Make laws, B. Execute laws, C. Punish lawmakers, D. Interpret laws. Option B is incorrect. Execution means executive implementation. The correct answer is D. The judiciary interprets the law. Success in this section of the exam relies on knowing the precise definition assigned to each organ of government, rather than choosing an answer based on casual word associations. We have now covered the logic required by the syllabus, the definition of government as an institution, its core characteristics, and its primary functions. You have demonstrated a clear grasp of these distinctions, Uche. You are consistently identifying the boundaries between these concepts. Understanding these first principles allows you to evaluate the logic of each question rather than relying on memorized answers alone.